Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making a video showing you guys how to make a good YouTube video. I've had quite a few people ask me, hey Dan, how do you make YouTube videos? How do you make thumbnails? How do you make a good video? How do you edit your videos? What software do you use to edit your videos? Software do you use to make thumbnails? What do you have for specs? What do you have for a microphone? How do you record a YouTube video? So today I'm going to be answering all of those questions with kind of like a guide and tutorial on how to make a good YouTube video. I'm no expert, but I've been doing it for a little while now, and I'm kind of getting to the point where I can realize what is a good quality video versus what is a poor or lower quality YouTube video look like, and how do we make that good quality YouTube video. So the very first thing I want to talk about is education. Please educate yourself. That's why you're watching this video, right? You want to learn how to make a YouTube video, so you got to educate yourself on the subject. So to all of the younger kids watching this who are thinking, man, I don't need school when I can just grow up to become a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it's not that easy. You need a good education. You need to know how to write a script, speak well, create thumbnails, edit videos, and most importantly, you need to understand analytics. And in order to understand analytics, you have to have a decent understanding of how basic math works. So just stay in school, because the better education you have, the better YouTube channel and YouTube videos you can create. So what I want you guys to do is to finish this video first and then do some more research. Look up other guides, tutorials, articles. Look up and see how other people blew up, how other people became popular on YouTube. Seriously, do some research before starting a YouTube channel. Educate yourself before just throwing yourself into it. Trust me, it will work out in the end. This is something I seriously wish I had done before starting a channel instead of learning it 4 years later. One of the first steps is to make a channel name that's searchable. Don't do something silly like Minecraft or Zelda fan, because people will not be able to find your channel when there's already 42 different Minecraft channels on YouTube. There's going to be more about this and channel optimization later on in the video, so make sure you stick around for that. Once you have a good channel name, either create some graphics yourself, like a YouTube banner and icon, find someone on Twitter or Fiverr or whatever to make one for you. Just be very careful with Fiverr, as there's a lot of scams and a lot of poor quality services out there. So now let's get into the real meat of this video. Ask yourself, why do you want to make content? If your answer is because I want to become a rich, famous YouTuber like PewDiePie, then I hate to break it to you, but it's most likely not going to happen. 95.6% of people trying to become YouTubers don't even make enough money to rise above the US poverty line. I'll tell you right now, I don't nearly make enough money on YouTube to pay my own rent and bills. I have to have a full-time job in order to pay those things. However, if you do want to do YouTube for other reasons, like it's something you're passionate about, something you enjoy doing, maybe it's just a hobby you want to do on the side, and I think all of those reasons are perfectly fine and reasonable. Pursue your dreams and your passion. Who knows, you might become a rich, famous YouTuber. Who am I to tell you you won't be one? Just be prepared, as it's not an easy journey. Hey, I know I'm right in the middle of a video. I don't mean to be that annoying guy, but I'd really appreciate it if you guys are learning anything throughout this video. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I am probably going to plan on doing more videos like this in the future, so if you want to see those videos in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We're getting really close to 10,000 subscribers, and I really think that we can knock it out of the park by the end of the year. Well, I hope you guys help me get to that milestone. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Make content that you want to make. However, let's be aware and think of the content you want to make before making it. For example, let's say you want to make a Let's Play Minecraft series. It will most likely perform very poorly. But why? Well, let's think. Why would someone watch your Minecraft videos over someone like, let's say, Dream? I know if I saw a Dream video in my subscription feed, I'm probably going to click on it. Why? Because Dream's already big, popular, already established. He's definitely going to be more interesting than you are at the start of it. Who knows? Again, eventually along the lines, you may become more interesting than him. But at the start, I don't care for a no-name Minecraft YouTuber that just started out when I can watch somebody who's been doing it for 10 years now. If you can't answer that question, then maybe reconsider your content and the videos you want to make. Bring something new to the table, something that other people are not doing. Do you know how many Minecraft Let's Play videos and series are on YouTube? More than you can probably count. However, if you can do something new or spice up the formula, then go for it. Like I said, just think about your content a little bit before you just do it. Think about how people can search for your content on YouTube. Remember earlier when I said to find a channel name that's searchable? Well, this kind of ties into that. Let's use our Minecraft example again. If you just make a video called Let's Play Minecraft episode 596, how many people are going to see you when they search for that? Not many at all. Why? Because again, there are already thousands of Let's Play Minecraft videos on YouTube. Make your videos and your content a bit more specific. For example, let's throw a channel name into this. Little Dan's Minecraft Laser Tag Course. So my channel name is already specific and unique. I'm letting the viewer know it's a Minecraft video, but instead of making a generic Let's Play episode, I'm instead getting a little bit more specific and talking about laser tag. There's a tool later on in the video that I'll show you that'll really help you optimize your content better. But for now, let's stick with the subject at hand. Another type of content you can think about is being one of the first people to make content on a new subject. Maybe a new name or a DLC or whatever was just announced. Being one of the first people to make a video on this will really help, as there's little to no existing content on this subject. The only issue is with this that you need to be extremely fast with creating high quality videos, which is definitely not an easy task. I've tried it in the past and it's just super difficult to create a high quality video extremely fast. You need like 8 to 10 hours into it. Sure, you can pump out a low quality video and it'll probably get a ton of views too. Not saying that you can't do that. You most definitely can do that. It'll get you a ton of views. But if you want to make high quality content, it's going to take a little time. Okay, great. So now you have some ideas. The next thing is equipment, and this can be quite pricey. Just keep in mind you will need a camera or webcam, depending on the type of content that you want to make, a good microphone. Almost any kind of content you make, you will need a good microphone. So I would invest into this first. A decent computer, just something that's good enough to run video editing software, or something that's good enough to stream with. For video editing software and photo editing software, there are a few free ones out there, but just keep in mind that it's free for a reason and you will be limited to what you can do. A huge disclaimer, I do not condone piracy at all. Do not pirate your video or photo editing software. There are educational videos on YouTube showing you how to do this. However, I do not condone doing it, and again, legally, you can get in a lot of legal trouble to do this. I do not condone doing it. And maybe a capture card if you want to record or stream some console games. All of this is not super necessary, but it definitely helps a lot. There are YouTubers out there who will make videos using Microsoft Paint and the microphone on their phone and will still get hundreds of thousands of views. A great example of this is Grade A Under A. Yeah, he may be inactive for, 6 months to 8 months at a time, but regardless, when he posts a new video, just watch his videos. He uses Microsoft Paint, and in an old video, he said that he uses the microphone on his phone to record audio. So it's super low quality. Just realize that not everyone can pull this off. So again, just to play a safe bet, invest in a little bit of equipment just to get yourself started. Okay, so great, you got an idea and some equipment. What's next? Practice and failing. Seriously, fail. Fail a lot, but learn from your failures. No one is going to watch your first video. Your first video is not going to blow up. Your first channel may be a failure, but that's okay. Now, is it possible that your channel or first video can blow up? Yes. However, it is very unlikely, and it definitely will not happen if you are uneducated and you don't know what you are doing. Again, let's bring up that Minecraft example again. If you record a Minecraft video off of your phone with terrible video and audio quality, and you're mumbling and you don't know what to say or to talk about during the gameplay, then I hate to break it to you, but your video is going to be bad. No one's going to watch it and your channel will not blow up. Now, I'm sounding super harsh. I sound like an asshole. I sound like a dick, but I'm trying to be a dick and an asshole for a reason. I'm being real with you. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm being real with you about this entire situation. I'm not gonna sit there and pat you on the back and say, oh, Jimmy, it's gonna be great. You're gonna make your first YouTube video and you're gonna blow up and become a star. No, I'm going to hit you with the reality of things. If you don't like that, that's okay. That's fine. But just at least think about what I have to say first before clicking off of the video. Now, to continue on, it depends on the content, but the next step is to write a script or bullet points so that you know what you want to talk about in the video. I'm going to sound like your English teacher for a second, but don't mumble or ramble. Be clear with your words, loud, and enunciate your words. And avoid using crappy words such as like, and things. So after writing your script, record your voice lines. Make sure there's no background noise, like babies crying, people slamming doors, cars driving by your room, no background TV noises, game systems, phone notifications, whatever else. Mute everything. Get into a quiet location. Record in your bathroom, record in your closet, record in anywhere else that you can't hear background noise, okay? The more secluded of an area you are, the easier it will be for you to record your audio. MatPat from Game Theory said that he used to record his audio in a closet, and I think he still does to this day, actually. So just keep that in mind. After recording all of your audio and you've made sure it's all good, plop it all into your video editing software. It's going to be weird and annoying to hear your own voice, but you're just going to have to get used to it. Cut out all the silence, any screw-ups, any words such as like and Also, make sure your voice is loud enough and can be heard. You also want to lower any background music or gameplay music so people can hear you better. I typically will mute my gameplay background music when recording and just have the sound effects from the game, because I'll usually add my own music in. However, if a game does not have that option, then I'll mute the whole gameplay sound and everything, and then I'll throw in my own music. Try to find music that's not really copyrighted. The easiest way to do that is to create a YouTube video, upload it straight to YouTube, and YouTube will tell you if your video is monetized or if it's not. If you're under 1,000 subscribers, don't even worry about this right now. Just worry about this when you reach that point and you have monetization enabled. You can make it an unlisted video. Don't share the link with anyone and leave it up there for 24 hours or whatever and see if you get a copyright claim or not. So after doing all of that, I will throw my music in at the very end because there's not much to edit when it comes to music other than lowering the music or maybe cutting little teeny parts here and there so it doesn't drown out my voice. Your voice is one of the most important aspects to your video, unless you're making a video that doesn't need voice recording, but that's fine. Next up, throw your gameplay footage in and cut it. You want to cut out all of the boring and unnecessary parts. Make sure your clips transition into each other well. Sometimes a normal cut is okay and good and will get the job done. Sometimes fades into each other are okay. Sometimes fade in and out of black is okay too. But try and avoid Movie Maker transitions. If you don't know what these are, just Google them. Or like crazy unnecessary ones, like paint drying or whatever. I'd say the only time you really need crazy over the top transitions is like for a montage or something similar of that nature. If you want to add an image to your video, like, hey, look at this screenshot or something along those lines, don't just bam, have it show up on screen. Have it transition, fade, or even slide into frame. A lot of big YouTubers use this all the time. I'd also recommend having some sort of end card. People don't click on these a lot, but when they do, it's definitely nice, and it makes the end of your video look really nice. It's something to tell the viewers like, hey, the video's ending. Here's some other videos to check out. Check out my channel too, whatever. So have some sort of end card, and when that's all done, before rendering your video, watch it and try and catch any mistakes. It's easier to fix them in a timeline than it is a rendered or even uploaded video. It will definitely save you a lot of time catching it in a timeline too, because when you render a video, it will usually take an hour or two, depending on how well your computer is or how big the video is. And if you've already uploaded it to YouTube too, that's even more time. Now you have to redo all of that if you caught a mistake. So like I said, just try to rewatch your video in the timeline, in the video editing software, before you render it or anything, and catch your mistakes and fix them there. Next up is the thumbnail. Okay, so this one, in my opinion, is the hardest one. At least this is the one I continue to struggle with the most. Everyone says in these guides and tutorials, make a thumbnail you know people will want to click on. Okay, great. But what does that even mean? What if I like a thumbnail and I think it's great, but other people think it looks like shit or won't click on it? What if I don't know what looks good and what looks bad? Well, it's pretty tough and it's really suggestive, but I have a few pointers to give out. Please take this section with a huge grain of salt, as again, it is very subjective to the type of content you are making. First up, have a screenshot of a background from whatever game or video you are making. Just make sure it's a high quality screenshot and not all pixely and grainy. Now, from here, we can do one of two things. We can leave it or blur it. Why would you want to blur it? Well, because it will make letters and characters pop out more. However, if you don't need that, then don't go for it. It's up to you. When adding images, make sure that they have a transparent background. You can use Photoshop to do this, or remove background.bg. After slapping your image in, make it pop out a little bit. You can do this by adding a glow, outline, shadow, or whatever else you want. Just don't add too much. Don't make it look like a sticker, is what I try to tell myself. If it looks like a sticker, it has way too much of an outline on it. And finally, text. I think this is the one most people struggle with, and myself included. Just keep in mind, not every video needs text in the thumbnail. However, if you do want some, let's make it look good. Start with a large font and a readable font too. You don't want something that's hard to read. A good safe bet for a font is Impact. I personally like it a lot, but it's whatever floats your boat and whatever you like the best. And now for some colors. I'd recommend using some bright colors like a light green, light blue, maybe a pink, yellow, or even white. If you don't like white, or even the color you like is a little too dark, like red for example, I would throw a color gradient over it to give the color a little bit of flair. And after throwing some color on there, do what you did with the characters, but now with the text. Slap a glow, border, or even a shadow effect to them to make them pop out a little bit. Again, just keep in mind to make it large enough to read at a distance. On YouTube, the thumbnails of the videos shrink a lot on the homepage in suggested videos. So you gotta make sure your text is visible and readable from a distance. A tip that I learned when making thumbnails was to zoom out a lot and see if it's easily viewable from a distance. Another thing to avoid is to putting anything in the bottom right corner, as that's where the time for your video goes. Okay, great. You have a video idea. You made a script, you recorded it, got some footage, slapped some music in there, edited all the clips, and even created a thumbnail. So boom, you're done, right? Let's just upload it to YouTube, make it public. Let's go. Wrong. We still have a bit more left to do. After you render your video, watch it. Yes, the whole thing again. And make sure there are no mistakes, because I bet your ass you did not watch it while it was in the timeline. Or if you did, you might actually catch something new after it's been rendered. So watch it again. Make sure you can hear yourself. Make sure your voice is loud enough. Just check for mistakes, go back, fix it up, and re-render the video. It's a pain in the butt, But if you had just done it the first time when it was in the timeline, you wouldn't have to do it again. So now we're going to take the re-rendered video and upload it to YouTube with the thumbnail. Here's a quick lesson. If you slap a random title and description onto your video and just upload your video is most likely only going to be seen by your viewers and wherever you posted it on social media. Yes, you have to advertise your video. We will get to that later. It will not grow or be seen by a new audience. It is possible and can still happen. However, it is very unlikely that a new audience will be discovering your videos. So how do we get new viewers to search and find your content? Well, here's where two Chrome extensions come into play and are a major help to having your video become discoverable and searchable. vidIQ and TubeBuddy. I personally like TubeBuddy a bit more. I think they're more accurate and their features are a bit better. However, vidIQ is still good for its own reasons. As you can see, this video is uploaded to YouTube. Let's look at this video and learn how to optimize it a bit better. On the right hand side, you can see something called the SEO score. SEO stands for search engine optimization, which pretty much just means how optimized and searchable your video is. Now, as we can see on the right hand side, this video's SEO is very low, which means searching and trying to find this specific video may be hard for viewers. So let's learn how we can make this video more searchable. The first thing it's going to ask for is a search term. If you are making a Link's Awakening Easter eggs video, then that is your search term, and that is what people are going to search for, and your video will be one of the search results. Now, in the title and the description of this video, you want that same search term, and you want it to be one of the first words in both the title and description of your video. And as you can see, that score is going right up. Now here is where I usually click through the rest of this and click save. We are still not done just yet though. This is an extremely important step to optimizing your videos that most people will skip out on, but tag optimization is one of the biggest keys to having your video become more searchable. Try avoiding very generic tags. For example, tagging your video with something like Nintendo or video games will not really help your video out much. Try to find something a little more specific. For us, let's try that same search term before. And find similar tags to this term that you think can help your video become discovered. But you can't think of any? No worries, I got you covered with 2 more tips. Take your search term and put it in the YouTube search bar. Don't hit enter just yet. A best bet actually would to do this in an incognito tab. Take that search term, put it into the YouTube search bar. Don't hit enter just yet. See what the autofill options are and take those and use them as tags. Another thing you can do is TubeBuddy has recommended, relevant, and search results tab to tell you what search term people search for to find your video and how high up your video ranks on this search term. Just keep in mind it takes a little while for a video and its data to generate, so you won't see any results for the tag after the first few days a video has been public. TubeBuddy will give you a little checklist of things to help you optimize your video. For example, having a pinned comment, a video in a playlist, and having chapters helps a bit too. I don't personally know how much that really helps your video become searchable, but they're just good practices to have for your video anyways. There's a lot more things this extension does for you too, like seeing how well a topic is on YouTube and other analytics like that. So I recommend you just download it and play around with it a bit to learn more. I personally use the paid version because the paid features are extremely helpful. The free version only lets you do so much. But again, another great thing that this extension does is there are other ways you can get free trials of the paid version for doing something as simple as following them on Twitter. So I would recommend trying out the free paid trial and testing it out before actually putting money into it. And no, I'm not sponsored by TubeBuddy. However, I wish it was because it is a great extension. You can, however, use my referral code, link in the description. And anyone who has an account can create their own referral code and send it to their own fans or community members. As I mentioned before in this video, you can also use vidIQ to do pretty much the same thing as TubeBuddy, but in my opinion, I think TubeBuddy has a little bit more accurate features than vidIQ. Just play around with both of them and see which one suits you the best. Now that everything on the back end has been done, you can now publish your video. I'd recommend advertising it as much as you possibly can, as well as posting it on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Reddit, whatever you can, really. Just make sure you can get your video out there for people to see. Just don't be annoying with it. Don't like self-advertise your video in a place where it doesn't belong, or don't constantly self-advertise your videos in the same location or the same place, because people are gonna be like, oh, this guy's just spamming his same shitty YouTube videos over and over again. It's getting annoying, I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. Just do it moderately here and there. Lastly, don't forget to practice. Look up more videos and guides. Don't feel bad if you don't get views on your first few videos. Things like this take time and a lot of effort and a lot of failure. Fail a few times, but just get right back up. It took me 4 years, probably even longer, to properly learn how to create and optimize a YouTube video and channel, and I still have a lot more to learn. But that's about it, guys. If this video helped you guys learn something new about how to create a YouTube video, make sure you give it a like, hit that subscribe button. If this guide really helped you out, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll make more videos like this. Well, with all that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day today.